Hey everybody, welcome to my live stream. Welcome to chapter 6 of my life. Now, these are interesting years here, as you can see. Wow, just wow. That's around 1982, 82 through 84 are the bulk of my high school years, sophomore, junior, and the beginning of senior year. As you can see, I had a wonderful fashion sense, as did my father. Much thinner, nicer days for him.
He looks really good in that one, actually.
Doesn't he? Yeah, I know. Grandpa looks good.
Dang
He was young too. He was only 21 when I was born, so he's probably about 36 there.
That just makes me kind of sad as to.
Yeah. You don't want to see him now. That's no fun. So
let's keep it light around here.
So 82 was a big year for me. I'm going into high school. Met some new friends. Troy Hunt was one of those new friends. The story, it's a quick story about him, and it was a lot of fun to me. We were in I want to say his advanced placement, but he claims it wasn't. But it was an elevated English course because we were good at English, and it was a bunch of nerds and us, and we were probably nerds too. But we were like this is one of those oddly shaped kind of squat classrooms where it was only about 4 or 5 desks deep, but like 8 across. And so everyone was here on the one side near the teacher's desk, and we decided we're going to be right by the windows, me and him. But he was over there. He's like 2 or 3 desks. He's kind of in the middle of the 5 desks, and I go right behind him. And knowing him now, he must have been like, what kind of person sees a guy over here alone and sits right behind him? But then we just started talking, and we've been friends ever since for 38 years. It's kind of crazy. So that's Troy. He'll come up intermittently probably a lot through the next years. And then the rest of this thing, just like Bill Turner. We kind of start the Troy Hunt years and some other people. These were also years, 82 specifically, where my parents decided that it was a good idea for us as camping trips and bonding trips to go to the nudist camp. And that is a real thing that exists. It's here. The local nudist camp here is called Mountain Air Ranch. And the reason I kind of giggle during that is because it's actually in Tiny Town, Colorado, which I just think is a funny place for a nudist camp. And they decided that at 14 that was a good idea for me to go there. And it was a terrible idea. It was horrible. You don't bring a 14-year-old boy that looks like that, especially, to the nudist camp and expect him to come out of there feeling good about himself. That was something that happened. High school years were pretty active. I didn't do a lot of dating. Didn't have any girlfriends. Just didn't do well. I think that was one of the disadvantages of me being the baby of the class, is that I was always behind maturity-wise, not only just in attitude, but also in look and in just becoming a man. I was like anywhere from a month to a year behind a lot of those kids in my class. So I didn't do as well with the ladies, and I wasn't smart enough to date younger girls, or I rarely did. So those were years that I didn't do well. I was a late bloomer, nothing wrong with that. But they were fun years. What else? Sorry, using notes tonight. I'm a little tired, so I hope my energy's good, but I'm just kind of tired tonight. So let's see what else we got to talk about. We did have something that was cool at our school, and hopefully Bill Turner's watching tonight, or some of my high school classmates. And it was during homecoming week every year, and it was called Egg Wars. And what we did is we got eggs and get a dozen eggs from the store if they were selling them, because they got wise to this after a while, and even the 7-Eleven would not sell a high school kid eggs. So you'd have to plan ahead and get eggs a couple weeks ahead. But during homecoming week in Edgewater and Wheat Ridge, they would not sell you eggs. You have to either go outward bound or plan ahead. And so what it was is you just got a bunch of eggs, and the classes all went, each class, when I said I was 82, I was class of 85, so we were sophomores, and we battled the other classes. It was there's a park called Johnson Park. It's down where Wadsworth, Wadsworth goes underneath the highway, underneath I-70 there, and there's Clear Creek goes through there, and there's a park, and there are trails, and it's really cool. And we would just descend on that place at night. We would try to park kind of up in the suburbs, like along these elementary schools that are up on the hill there, and we'd go down. And we won every year. Nobody can dispute. Class of 85 won in 83, 84, and 85. We dominated. And it was funny because we weren't strategic. We'd just meet up somewhere, like 40, 50, 60 of us with a dozen eggs each. That's a lot of hundreds of eggs, right? 60 times 12 is 720 eggs. That's a big ass omelet. And we didn't fuck around. We just all got together. We're like, no strategy is going to beat us. The only thing that'll beat us are sheer numbers, and the other classes apparently didn't care as much. And so we just went down, and we just like 60 kids, and late at night, like 8, 9, not late, but dark. It was homecoming, so it was October, so the sun was down well before we got there, and just 60 kids marching through this green belt and just destroying anything in our path. I remember one year, in fact, I think Williams snuffed him out, maybe senior year, I want to say, so 84. This poor kid named Chucky, can't remember his last name, but William somehow heard him somehow and snuffed him out of this tree. He was like a sniper for the class of 87, and this poor kid, William flushed him out, and he came out, and he was running along the trail, and he had like 60 seniors chasing him. And we caught him. I remember Tim Bottleson had like a Jason type of hockey mask on, so that must have been horrifying for this kid. Tim Bottleson was one of the more athletic guys in the class, and he tackled him out in this field as we got near Field Park, which is at the western end of this greenbelt. And we all just plopped a couple eggs on him, which doesn't sound that bad, but 60 times 2 is 120. So we're just on this poor kid. He's just rolling around crying because eggs don't sound that bad. When you get hit with an egg, it hurts. And when you get hit with 100 eggs, it really hurts. And so he was kind of our hostage. We felt really bad for him. He was a human omelet. He was just covered in eggs. And if I remember right, and then William and I will probably confer about this later. He's probably commenting now, hopefully. I believe William was the one that flushed him out. I remember William had to dive. One year the cops came, and William had to swim across Clear Creek to get away. A lot of us were hiding. The cops would come and try to break it up. We had a lot of fun. That egg wars were a lot of fun. Like we say, we dominated. It was our own little weird school thing that we did. And it was just a fun thing that Jefferson did. Let's see, what else went on in those years? Ah, man. Look at those shorts. Back when shorts were shorts, huh, guys? I'm just John Stocktoning it up. I'm just, man, memories of the Utah Jazz. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about tonight? I had a lot of fun with my friends. I don't know if William was involved as much in this, but Troy was, and Bernardo Araballo, Dominic Pacheco, Terry Martinson, Chris Miles. We would just go to sporting events. We'd travel to the lesser popular, like indoor sporting events during the winter. We'd follow the girls' volleyball team, the girls' basketball team, and we would just make a bunch of noise, sometimes get threatened by kids at other schools. That was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of some other things we did. I mean, high school, it shouldn't be a blur for me, but it really is. I had kind of an average high school career. We had our little pocket of friends, and they were all great. And we had a pretty tight-knit school. We only had 600 kids there. It was only a sophomore, junior, and senior classes. We did not have a ninth grade because ninth grade was encapsulated in junior high. And so just, I don't know, we had a very tight unit of a school. Only, like I said, 200 kids per class. And we all knew each other. And, there was bullying, but I didn't think it was really bad. There were some people who got bullied more than others. I was kind of in the middle of that. Like the average, I got picked on, and I probably picked on a few people, and I did fine. You get through it. We had a bomb threat. Forgot about that. We had a bomb threat. I want to say it was 82 or 83, pretty early in my career. These guys made a bomb, and they were trying to blow up the school, from what we understand. They fucked up, and they didn't do the wiring right. They put it in the kiln of the, of the art room where they fire the pottery, and they just screwed up, but it was weird. I mean, the cops came in. They had dogs sniffing all our lockers. They were getting into all our lockers. It was kind of crazy. Remember that. I'm trying to think of any other stuff. Man, there's probably a lot, but I'm closing in on 10 minutes. That went pretty fast tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, once again, a lot going on in my life, as with every other 17, 18-year-old. Just jobs, graduation, going out into the world, figuring things out. And I guess that's about it. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're all staying safe. Hope you're all feeling healthy. And I would love any comments you have to give. I'll get on there and go back and forth with you guys soon. All right? Have a great night, and keep your chins up. Bye.